Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be listening to Lara Fabian, and it's something new for once. I'm so far behind in the catalog of Lara Fabian that it's refreshing and it's nice to listen to something new. So this is Lara Fabian's Je t'ai cherché, performed live at the kids version of The Voice in France 2024. Special thank you to Eric from Buy Me a Coffee. Eric's probably one of the biggest Lara Fabian fans on the planet, and he is the sponsor of this video. So thank you very much to Eric. If you want to sponsor videos and you want your recommendations to get bumped up to the top of the list and make it on the main YouTube channel, you can check out Buy Me a Coffee. That's linked in the description as well as pinned in the comment section below.
Je me souviens de tout, comme si c'était hier, de tes yeux, de ta bouche et de la vue sur la mer. Je me souviens de nous, et comme on était beau, ton prénom dans mes prières, et ton souffle sur ma peau. Le jour où je t'ai perdu, il te manquait de l'espace. Si seulement je l'avais vu, je t'aurais laissé la place. T'étais où? T'étais où? Tu sais jamais passé sans toi. Je t'ai cherché, tu n'étais plus là. T'étais où? T'étais où? J'avais tellement besoin de toi, je t'ai cherché.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. Wow. If you saw me make a disgusted face during that, trust me, it had nothing to do with Lara whatsoever. It was when the audience started to clap. Now, I love when an audience is involved. Active audiences are great, but clapping, what happens is that you get off the beat and then it throws all of the musicians off. And now I couldn't really tell because I was so focused on Lara if there's real musicians or if this is a backing track or what the heck's going on. But as a singer, if you're somewhat musical, you feel the beat always. And when people are clapping, it's kind of a shame when it happens. This is the newest version of Lara Fabian I've ever heard. Everything's been like from the 90s or the early 2000s. And, you know, it's a younger singer. It's a different singer. But what's so amazing is she's been able to maintain an extremely high level of performance and vocal quality. And that's a testament to the technique. I know I talk about technique a lot, but it's so vital for singers. And if you don't have good technique early on, you can't do something like this. You can't perform 20 years later and expect to sound good. And Lara, she knows what she's doing. This piece is not out of the style of Lara Fabian. It's different from what I'm used to hearing her do, I would say. It's nice to hear her sing in French, but she just can't help it. She's always got this extremely high level of performance and energy. Just always so high with her and deeply emotional. And that's perhaps why we connect with her on such a deep level. I love the chorus, so we're gonna go back and look at that, but let's take a look at the text first. Where were you? All these years passed without you. I looked for you. You were no longer there. Where were you? I needed you so much. I looked for you. That's a kind of a lyric that I recognize. I can't remember which one, but there's been some pieces from Lara Fabian where she's asking these questions and she's maybe had some sort of love lost or something along those lines. And we get this questioning kind of lyric. Maybe it's a common theme with her. And then the text turns to, there you are, you've made your own life. You risked losing us. Tell me if I can say everything. Tell me if I'm making you angry. There's sometimes this accusation. And maybe some of you could fill me in even further in the comment section about some of the relationships that Lara's had. I know for a fact, and I remember this from previous videos and reading previous comments, that there was something, she had this horrible breakup. This relationship ended, and she wrote one of her pieces crying on the bathroom floor. Right? So there's a deep level of emotion in this. It's fascinating.
Le jour où je t'ai perdu,
Just before we move on to the next section, yeah, beautiful singing. I love the autumn, fall vibes that we're getting here. One thing I've always wanted to ask a singer who's performed on television, like in a show like this, like The Voice or, you know, America's Got Talent or Britain's Got whatever, is how well can you actually hear yourself? Because we saw at the very beginning, she played with the in-ear monitor. It's really hard when there's a full audience and they're clapping and they're making noise and they're cheering. Not that she's not used to that from a concert perspective, but that's a different environment. When you're on television, the microphones are different. And she's doing a really good job of being able to perform to a high level when there's clearly a lot going on. You know, in a concert, you're sort of just free to roam around, perhaps, or you can kind of do what you want. In a setting like this, you have to be in your mark so that you're in the right frame and you got the lighting on you and all that stuff. It's a lot to think about on top of being able to perform and make your audience feel something. And that's what she's brilliant at. This is why we love her, right? Don't ever forget. Ask yourself why. It doesn't have to just be Lara Fabian. It's perhaps very clear to ask this question, or very obvious to ask this question with Lara Fabian. Why do we love her so much? These are some of the reasons why, right? There's emotion, there's a depth to the singing. The technique speaks for itself, sounds good, looks great. Everything is just this complete, beautiful package. We love it. Let's keep going.
Là tu as fait ta vie, pris le risque de nous perdre. Dis-le-moi si je peux tout dire. Dis-le-moi si je t'emmerde. C'est le temps qui guérit, comme c'est l'amour qui blesse. Il en faudrait de la magie pour que ton visage disparaisse. Le jour où je t'ai perdu, il te manquait de l'espace. Si seulement je l'avais vu, je t'aurais laissé la place. T'étais où? T'étais où? Toutes ces années passées sans toi, je t'ai cherché, tu n'étais plus là. T'étais où? T'étais où? J'avais tellement besoin de toi, je t'ai cherché. Je veux que tu me dises si c'est...
Okay, this is sort of interrupt in the middle of a phrase. I think this is the bridge, so I want to stop there before we get there. She's doing the Fabian. She's doing it in this frame right here. Can you guess what the Fabian is? Do we know what that means quite yet? I'll give you 2 seconds to think about it. The Fabian is when you kind of chicken wing your arms a little bit. I exaggerated. It's not quite that. But look at the space. I don't know if my mouse will show up here, but look at the space here between the ribs and the arms. All right, so that's where she gets the flexibility in the ribs to be able to take in enough air so that she can sing beautifully. She also likes to tilt forward as she sings. She's got this kind of lean going in there, right? If you had a silhouette of Lara Fabian and it was just black, you could tell because she'd be like this with her arms out and she'd be slightly leaning forward. It's brilliant. It helps her with her technique, helps her sing better. It's comfortable posture for her. It really works. What I'm also very excited to learn more about with this song, and again, maybe you can fill me in the comments, is did she write this song fully? Did she have writers with her? Because the reason I asked the question is because I think it suits her voice really well. And that's something that's really important in the songwriting world. And I've worked with songwriters before just to figure out, okay, I want to be able to sing this. What can I do to make it easier for myself? What can I do to make it fit my voice a little bit more? And I think that's what she's done here. She's picked a song. Obviously, it's in a good key. It's a good tempo. But also, does it show off what Lara's very good at? So obviously, we want a very deeply emotional song if we can. If we can have a catchy melody, that's a bonus. But Lara needs that emotion and the depth. She's not going to sing some plain old boring songs. I don't think she has it in her to even stoop to that level. It has to be deeply emotional. And she pulls it off so well. I mean, on this pause frame right here, you can see the emotion. No tension in the body, but a little bit of intentional tension in the forehead just to give us that emotion. I love it. We're going to go back a few seconds and then we'll finish it off here.
j'ai pas pu t'offrir, qui manque vraiment. T'étais où? T'étais où? Toutes ces années, je t'ai cherché. Toutes ces années passées sans toi, je t'ai cherché, tu n'étais plus là. T'étais où? J'avais tellement besoin de toi, je t'ai cherché. Merci.
Yay. Awesome. So, judging by this thumbnail that's popped up, there's clearly a fall leaves vibe that we're going for with this song. Maybe you can let me know what the significance of that is and what that really means. I could tell in this performance, this is the first time I've ever seen it, I think it goes more to show the realities of performing live on television, is she was struggling with the in-ear monitor a little bit. She wasn't satisfied with what she was hearing. And that happens all the time, unfortunately, where you just don't feel like you've locked in. And the thing with singers and all musicians is once you get familiar, once you get used to a certain level, it's really hard to adjust. And she did such a masterful job of, she was clearly dealing with something with the in-ear monitor. Maybe she couldn't hear the track as well as she wanted. Maybe the audience was louder than, I don't know, something with the balance there. But like a pro, she handled it. I love this song a lot. I think it's a really nice, catchy chorus, nice, catchy melody, beautiful French, of course. Nice to hear somebody sing in French. And yeah, beautiful. By no means is Lara old, but this is the oldest version of her singing voice that I've heard because I've been watching, again, videos from the 90s and the early 2000s. And it's a timeless kind of voice. It's stunning, it's beautiful, and she's got a really healthy voice. So she's done a lot of good work to not only take care of the voice, but also to sing with the proper techniques that make us sing well for a long time. That's what I say to my students all the time. It's the definition I give for what is vocal technique. It's singing in a beautiful way, but also in a sustainable way. Because if we can't do it for a long time, what's the point? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you're probably going to enjoy some of the links that are popping up on the screen right now, including a Lara Fabian playlist. Have a good day.